Well, hi there, Colin Lamb here, and in today's video, we're going to be checking out the new song and accompanying video from the Rolling Stones called In the Stars. Now, I've heard a little bit about the video. It's my understanding that they've been digitally de-aged or re-aged. I think they call it re-aged. I don't know if they call it de-aged, because there's the obvious implication that they're old when you say de-aged, but if you say re-aged, you're just changing the age. It could be up or down. What would an older version of the Rolling Stones look like? Probably not much different than they are now, give or take 10, 15 years. But at the risk of realizing that 90% of my wardrobe is brewery t-shirts, I don't think I should talk too much longer about it. I think we should just take a look at this video and see what digital re-aging and the Rolling Stones are all about. This is In the Stars on the Tone 98.2.
1, 2, 3, and...
Did they re-age the buttocks? That's a Rolling Stones legend reference. To replace Charlie Whatch. that was fun. I will say, some notes that I took about that, so I could add something thoughtful. I have nothing overly critical to say about that. The re-aging, de-aging thing, I think if you didn't re-age them and you had all the young people, it would be very weird. It's like a bunch of hot young people visiting a retirement home, and it's like music day or something. That would look weird. But I mean, you had babes, you had lots of waistlines, midriffs, tasteful suggestions of sexuality in there. It wasn't quite overt. The baffles in the background kind of reminded me of there's a making of video that they did for Sympathy for the Devil, and it kind of had that vibe to it. There was people rocking around the studio, and there's some good footage of them recording that song. I'll try to find a link to it and put it in the comments or in the description if I can't find it. But the riff right off the bat, it's a Stones riff, and the couple of the things that they've released, you've gotten that classic Keith Richards lick, and there's one thing to be kind of repeating yourself, but there's another thing to know what you are as a band. And I often think of the Strokes when I hear that. When you hear a Strokes song, you hear it. You hear those jangly kind of riffy guitars that they play, and it's definitely them. And the Stones have, obviously, for the last 80 million years, they've had their signature sound. So why abandon it now? It's great. At times, they did abandon it, and it sounded horrible. So you got that in there. The set, the women, the party kind of stuff, it kind of worked. Everybody was slightly sweaty. It didn't have too much sheen on it. When they did close-ups on the faces, like, I don't know if that was actually them in the video. I should look it up, but I'm not going to do that on camera. But I don't know if that was actually them re-aged or whatever, but it didn't look too bad. But you could tell when it got close that it looked a little strange. And that's kind of where I get into a problem with some of the shit. It's the technology's almost there, but do we want it to go there? I don't really want to get into a thing about AI because they obviously used AI to make this video. But in terms of the sound of the song itself, I thought that, yeah, it had the signature guitar riff. Everything sounded nice. There's a nice bit of piano on there. The drums sat in the mix nicely. The bass was kind of not doing much interesting. Was there anything I truly remembered musically about the song that I'll carry going forward? The background vocals were quite nice, I thought, for the chorus. Mick still does the things that Mick does. He's one of those singers, kind of like Ozzy Osbourne before I think he had Parkinson's sort of set in, where that voice it's just there. It's, and I often think of Neil Young, who basically sounded like a deranged old man when he was 23, and some of those voices just endure. It was a good day for Fender in that video. Fender's been taking some bad press lately, and you saw a lot of nice vintage Fenders flashing around the screen there. So a good day for Fender. And yeah, there was cigarette smoking, which is something sorely lacking in today's health-conscious society. To see just, I think at one point the female kind of lead actress was holding a cigarette up for Mick or something like that. So that's a very tender moment between tobacco addicts that we just don't see on screen anymore. But would I listen to this again? No, probably not. I probably won't listen to it again. It's not bad, but sometimes I'm of two minds when kind of legacy acts release new material. Obviously, I'm glad that they're still doing it. Paul's just put out an album. I gave it a listen, and I might do a review on the channel. I'm not too sure. But I'm glad that they are making music. And of course, you think about the people that we've lost, like John Lennon. Would he still be putting out music? And would nerds like me be sitting on the internet going, well, it's certainly not How Do You Sleep at Night? But I also think about it in terms of like the younger generation. In this video, they had a lot of young people, and they had this sort of troupe of this formation of drummers playing. They were all primarily kind of younger people, and that's kind of like a tip of the hat to the younger generation. Charlie's gone, and there's new people who are coming in to maybe enjoy the music of the Stones or take that inspiration forward into their own creative endeavors. And I think that's cool. But I also think about, like, if a 15-year-old kid just heard that song, that Rolling Stones song first, would it capture them like what those artists did years ago? And to that end, maybe you can help me out in the comments. The other day, I was trying to figure out bands that still make great music like after the age of 50. And somebody in the comments of one of my other videos somewhere else, I think on Instagram or whatever, or in Threads or something like that, which you can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok now. I'm on there, but I'll put links to all that crap in the description. But somebody said Queens of the Stone Age. because they have not put out a bad album like whatsoever, and they're just getting older and older and older. And the man could still steal your wife. God damn it, Josh Holmes. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments other bands that continue to put out great music. And I don't mean like, oh, it's good to see them up there music, like maybe what this falls into the category of, I'm sorry to say. But let me know in the comments what you think about that. Anyways, that's my reaction to this song and video. If you'd like to check out more stuff on my channel, please do. If you'd like to subscribe, it would make me feel good, but you don't have to, but please do.